woman like Miss Susan Roces, we have so much stories to share about her. So we have another tribute for her. It's from another longtime friend of the family who comes from the well-known Vera Perez clan, whose family owns Sampaguita Pictures, turned the young Susan Roces into a certified movie star, thanks to the clan's patriarch and star maker, Dr. Jose R. Perez. Friends, let us all welcome Miss Lilibeth Vera Perez Nakpil.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lilibeth. I'm the fifth of the Vera Perez family. Ang matriarch namin talaga noon was si Manay Ichu, pero my sister has gone. Yan ang isa sa best friend ni Tita Susan at si Tita Pempe. Through thick and thin, they were always together even when she started out in Sampaguita. And kami, mga bata kami, yung the younger siblings, she was a common face in our studio because she has always been a familiar face because she was in and out of our rooms, particularly kay Manay Ichu, in all the parties we would go to, in all the trips that we would go to abroad and in the Philippines. So parang, she was like an aunt to me. She was like an elder sister to me. Anyway, according to Roderick, I think, or one of the speakers, the past few hours, sabi nga niya, I think that was Roderick. That was Maricel. Sabi niya, kailangan magkaroon na raw siya ng kodigo. Kasi syempre, tumatanda na tayo. Baka makalimutan ko pa. And these are not only my personal experiences with Tita Susan na madaling matandaan. These are trivia. I had the archive of Sampaguita Pictures. So maraming mga trivia nung bago siyang discover na hindi ko na masasapuso yun. So I made it a point to write it down. I wrote this myself. Anyway, not too many people know ang double ni Tita Susan sa mga pelikulang ginagawa niya sa Sampaguita is the mommy of Pops Fernandez, Tita Dulce Locban. And sometimes, mapagkamali ko, even when I was watching those films of Tita Susan, sabi ko, hindi, Tita Susan yun. No. Sasabihin sa akin ni Manay, no, that's Dulce Locban. Sabi ko, sige, by seniority, syempre si Manay Icho, mas kilala naman talaga niya. And also, all of them are creatures of habit. Ayan, the Dabarkads will attest to this. Gusto nila lagi na lang adobo ng Valencia, laing ng Valencia. Ako naman si Miss laging pasaway, pwede ba ibahin naman natin ang menu? Pero si Tita Susan at yan, sinadror, puro po yung pinapakain sa Valencia since time and before. And then they're creatures of habit. They do one thing, hindi na sa nagbabago. Pati yung mga phones sila keluluma, di ba? But we love them anyway. So let me read what I wrote down. As I grew older, I became more curious about the lives of our stars in Sampaguita compound. I found out that Tita Susan was discovered by my dad, the late Dr. Perez. She was 14 years old at that time. Ang idol niya artista noon, si Tita Gloria at si Rick Rodrigo. Nanonood siya ng shooting ng Senyorita. Sinushooting yon at that time. E nakita siya ng tatay ko. Sabi ng tatay ko, no, he insisted, magpa-screen test ka. Nagbabakasyon lang ata siya because she was still in school in La Consolacion College in Bacolod. So she was here just for vacation. Her first movie was a supporting role in the movie of Gloria Rick Staller. That's Miss Tilapia. She was so excited to be in the same movie with her idols. After several other supporting roles, she was launched as the star in Boksangera Daw. She was only 14 years old at that time. Ang kapartner niya, ang daddy ni Eric, si Dolphin at si Luis Gonzalez, was much older than her, definitely, even at that time. Before, the screen test for the movie of Tita Susan was included in the trailer weeks before Boxingera daw ang pinalabas sa live theater. Kasi during that time, ang Sampaguita Pictures always was shown in live theater. Ang LVN naman was in Premier Theater. And the LVN was in the Lisay. Tapos ang Premier Productions sa World Theater. Iisa lang kasi noon eh. Kaya malaking utang na loob talaga ng industriya kay Antonio Jota Villegas. Because of him, nagkaroon ng wider audience ang Philippine movies. Anyway, as her fame grew, not too many people know this, she would receive 1,000 fan mails every month. At bumibili siya ng 20 pesos worth of stamps at 8 pesos, very particular, 8 pesos worth of envelopes. So that she can put the mail, she can answer all the mails of her fans. And close with it is her picture, sends it to the USA, Hawaii, and even Japan. She was also invited by our Department of Tourism to represent our country, to compete with the Asian countries, and was crowned the Queen of the Pacific, Pearl of the Orient Pacific Festival at the age 17. Initially, her love team was Romeo Vasquez, whom she first met and totally disliked. Why? Because sabi niya, at that time, unang pagkakilala niya kay Romeo, kay Bobby, he was sizing her up already, looking at her up and down. So, sabi niya, he's being fresh. Pero of course, later on, alam niyo, naging kaibigan din niya. But walang tatalo kay Tito Eddie. She was scolded by her friends in Sampaguita saying, alam niya ni na Tita Pembe na people close to her, the closest of her friends and relatives knows her peculiarities and that she is an extremist. It's either she likes you or she doesn't like you. No in-between for her. No gray area for her. That is Tita Susan. Hypocrisy has no room in her life. And she lived by that. We had an actor by the name of Greg Martin. He described Tita Susan best. Sabi niya, she is a woman who has an ambition, but she is not ambitious. During the wedding of Tita Gloria, her idol at that time, she pulled out one of the ribbons, yung kinukuha natin dun sa cake. Diba? She pulled out one of the ribbons in the wedding cake, like a fortune cookie, which stated that she would be an old maid for good. This happened to her, that was the second time it happened to her. She goes running to my lola, yan kilala yan ni Eddie, si Mami Vera, and she was sobbing her heart out kasi ayaw daw niya maging old maid. She was 17 at that time. So sabi niya, huwag ka maniniwala dyan, Iha, sabi niya, kasi hindi naman yan totoo. When Manay and Tita Susan, I wanted to talk to you about yung experience nila kasi one of her killing moments was meeting Elvis Presley with Tito Ed. Pero nakwento niya in detail, so I'm going to skip through that. Other than that, sanay naman sila nakikilala nila, di ba? Papa had a relationship with Paramount and MGM na every time nag-shooting yung mga stars nila dito, somehow, Sampaguita Pictures would always help them out, di ba? To address all their concerns. So lahat ng mga artista nila, the likes of Alain Delon, Tito Eddie, hindi ko makakalimutan to. Si Alain Delon, nung pumunta siya, he's one of the more popular stars at that time. At guwapo talaga. Tinitingnan pa rin Tito Eddie, may picture ka pa sa akin. Minamatch mo yung height mo sa kanya, tapos sabi mo, ay hindi naman kasing taas ko, no? Kasi he was only 5'10". Si Tito Eddie was past 6 feet tall. The likes of Charlton Heston, di ba? Pumunta yan. Jeffrey Hunter. Lahat yan, dumaan yan sa Sampaguita. They would have dinner with them, in-entertain lahat sila ng mga artista ng Sampaguita. And
everybody, all the girls were all giggling pag lalaki ang pag Hollywood star na lalaki, male star ang pupunta. Pero kapag mga babae man, sina Tito Eddie, sina Bert Leroy, sina lahat sila, si Sue Lyon, remember Sue Lyon of Lolita, that nymphet? Well, she came over, nagkakandara pa naman silang lahat. They were all young at that time, and I was just a baby at that time. I used to hear Maniicho talk about the king in Tita Susan's life. Napasilip-silip pa lang daw ang the king. Ang mami ni Grace. Pasilip-silip lang sila kasama ni Era sa studio namin. Kasi we had a policy at that time, maski kapwa-artista mo, kasal muna bago ligaw. So hindi pwede, may mga spy pa kami, the likes of Charing Carlo. Okay? Tinitingnan niya, pupunta siya sa mga clubs, titingnan niya kung may pakalat-kalat ng mga artista namin doon. Kasi, according to my dad, dapat hindi kayo masyadong nakikita sa labas para magkaroon kayo ng maging sabik ang mga audience nyo sa inyo. That's why they were very iconic. Parang they were larger than life at that time. In fact, ito, kinukwento na lang ito sa akin. Pero at that time, pag nagpupunta raw sila ng Santa Cruzan, lahat ng mga stars na, Tita Susan, sina Barbara, lahat sila. Pag pupunta sila, mag-originate sila sa Manila Hotel, they will come in the Sampaguita bus. Okay? And then, lahat sila, bago umalis, tinitingnan sila ng papa ko, one by one. Puso-puso pa nun, yung mga mahahabang gloves. Diba? Kailangan naka-gloves sila, at tapos lahat coiffured sila. Hindi ka pwedeng lumabas ng bahay mo na nakasabukot yung buhok mo. That's how my dad was. At pagbaba nila, nagkakandagulo na lang lahat daw ng mga tao. Because iba yung pag dumating si Papa daw, even sa FAMAS, dala-dala niya her tone, lahat mga superstars na ng mga artista sa loob. So talagang, mapapatingin ka talaga sa kanila. We had 4 movie queens in our lot. First was Carmen Rosales. That was mga post-war. And then came Tita Gloria. And then came Tita Susan and Amalia. In fact, I am so, parang hihinayang ako. I feel so sad na hindi na maabutan ni Tita Susan at ni Manay yung i-launch naming book. We were going to launch a book entitled Legacy, the Golden Years of SPI. But unfortunately, because of this pandemic thing, I was unable to finish it. Tapos ng text nito, tapos na lahat. There are 2 pages allotted for each of our movie queens with 8 by 10 photos and their life story, their experiences in Sampaguita. She would have loved that. But never mind, from up there, wherever she is, I'm sure she's going to appreciate this. This will be launched probably next year. I'll have to finish it because that's my promise to my sister, Maricho. Okay, going back to what I said, pasilip-silip lang si The King, ang papa mo, at si Era, kasi hindi sila pinapapasok dun sa studio ng Sampaguita. That was the #1 studio at that time. So, just to get a glimpse of Tita Susan, sumisilip-silip sila. Hindi man sila pinapapasok. Pero, it's ironic na ang best friend ni Mariicho are these 2 men. Si Era at si Tita Ronnie. But finally, maski sino pang sumilip sa kanila, finally, the king married his queen in the end. Sampaguita treated their stars not only as movie stars, but part of their family. Lahat pantay-pantay. Pumipila sila pare-pareho, crew and stars, to get their weekly allowances sa cashier ng SPI building. And once a year, there's a vote going on amongst the bosses and the stars. Pipili sila ng king and queen for the day. Ang pinagpipilian nila, lahat ng mga crew members namin, lahat ng mga staff namin, yung mas maliit na mga sweldo kaysa sa kanila. At kung sino man ang manalo, they're at their beck and call. Magsaserve sina Eddie, sina Tita Susan, sina Tita Gloria, lahat ng stars namin will cater to them for at least one day. To be capped by a grand ball, a costume ball, which we call Bal Fantastic. So all this, bawal malate pala sa shooting, may penalty kayo, di ba? All this discipline instilled in our stars helped them to become the respected icons in the industry, even after their contracts have ended. There are premiere nights, as I said, of Tita Susan and her co-stars sa live theater na sometimes hindi na sila makalabas pag natapos ang premiere. So lumalabas na lang sila sa likod ng theater ng live theater. Kasi punong-puno na ang lobby. Seldom do our stars go out in public para daw hindi magsawa ang publiko sa kanila. That's why during those days, they were larger than life. May isa pa pala ko. Ito I'll have to share with you to Eddie. Marami kayong pictures ni Tita Susan. Mga dance number nyo na kagaganda. Choreographed dance number. Kasi we were like the MGM at the time. Mas kilala tayo sa musical rather than action. Marami ang gaganda ng mga costume nila. Ang gaganda ng mga pictures ni Tito Eddie, ni Tita Susan, lahat ng mga artista na kagaganda. Pero nung time ni Susan at ni Amalia, ewan ko ba? Kasi yun, ang sistema nila, every time a movie is showing in the theater, may lobby display kami. Hindi na uso yun ngayon. Pero may lobby display, lahat ng mga pictures, linalagay doon. Yung mga still photos, linalagay doon sa escaparating yun. I don't know how the fans would always manage to poke their eyes. Yung eyes pa man din nila. So lahat ng mga photos ko, which I have thousands, nakapoke ang eyes ng mga si Tita Susan at si Amalia. They never did that to Tita Gloria. Pero talaga yung rivalry talaga yung dalawa. Was really at the height. Na inuukit nila yung mga mata. I don't know why this concentration on the eyes. I think it's very difficult to recreate or ayusin yun, di ba? You know that for a fact. Anyway, so I kept it there just in case magkaroon ng technology later on, which Jeff will help me out. Pag ma-reconstruct namin, maayos namin yun. Because of the it is sad because of this pandemic, I was unable to complete our book entitled as I said that. As for me, Tita Susan will always be an older sister, an aunt, a very good friend of Manay, a daughter to my mom, a granddaughter to my grandma, Mami Vera, and a shining star to my dad, Doc Perez, who dubbed her, even telling Manay Ichu that she would be known as the face that refreshes, and who never gave him any problem during her stay in Sampaguita, and continued to shine even brighter in her other pursuits in life. And continued to love, and we continue to love her to this day. There was never room for hypocrisy in her life to the very end. Either she likes you or she doesn't like you. That's how it is. She can be civil, but she doesn't necessarily have to like you. Alam yan, Grace. Lastly, kindly say hello, Tita Susan, to your king. And send our love, hugs, kisses to our dad, Mom, Mami Vera, Manoy Pito, Bobby, my brother, and Manay Ichu, who are also your family to the very end. We love you, Tita Susan, and wish you happiness in your journey to a better life. Thank you.